Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is a new episode of Women's World with you today, Alman Mukhtar. Today we are going to discuss several issues. Among them is the time management during the holy month of Ramadan. Also, now we are going to watch a report on Egypt's population strategy, raising the slogan of two children are enough.
In a ceremony held to inaugurate a medical complex in Ismailia Governorate on the 16th of February, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi underlined the importance of combating Egypt's runaway population growth. The head of state said that the overpopulation represents a threat to Egypt's stability, security and development programs, before revealing that a new strategy seeks to cut annual population growth from 2.4 million to 400,000. Minister of Planning and Economic Development Hala Said said that the government will begin implementing a 3-year birth control program. The beginning will be in Upper Egyptian governorates where fertility rates are high. She said, "We will aim to help women aged between 18 and 45 enter employment and secure an income." President el-Sisi warned that if population growth rates continue, Egypt's population will increase from 101.5 million citizens in 2020 to 150 million by 2030 and to around 193 to 194 million people by 2050. He added we need 16 trillion Egyptian pounds per year to spend on an Egypt with 100 million citizens and would need to double this figure to spend on an Egypt with 195 million. The new population strategy, added President, will raise the slogan, "Two children are enough." It is important that families can feed, take care of and follow up on their children. If they have 3, 4 or more children, this becomes a big burden, not only for the families, but also for the state. Many of the current chronic problems from which Egypt suffers, from the proliferation of slums and haphazard communities and building on agricultural land, are the direct result of overpopulation. He said an effective population control strategy requires coordinated efforts from all sectors of society, civil society organizations, intellectuals, the media and religious clerics, all of whom should work to raise awareness about the importance of birth control programs and the negative impact of overpopulation. The 2017 census revealed that children under 9 years made up 25% of the total population, and this group is expected to reach marriageable age between 2030 and 2042, and without effective birth control programs, a huge population boom is inevitable. Said explained that new 3-year family planning and birth control program will adopt 4 measures. The first aims to help women between 18 and 45 raise income from productive small-scale projects. The second involves offering free family planning and birth control services in rural areas across Egypt, which civil society organizations playing the biggest role. The third measure aims to raise awareness about the effects of overpopulation. Volunteers will make 12 million visits to families across Egypt and organize 10,000 seminars and 500 events targeting women in at least 20 governorates. The fourth measure aims to involve legislation that toughens penalties for early marriage and child labor. Egypt's 2030 vision targets a drop in fertility rates from 3.5 children per woman in 2017 to 2.4 in 2032 and 1.9 children in 2050. Central Agency for Public Mobilization statistics figures show that Egypt's population today is more than 5 times that of 1947.
Well, the time management in the holy month of Ramadan is very important. This issue we are going to discuss now with Dr. Amira Sebek, strategic management and self-development expert. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, dear,
Happy
and happy
Ramadan.
Ramadan to you and all
Thank
your
you so
audience.
much. Thank you so much. Happy Ramadan to you too. Dr. Sebek, how can we manage our time during the holy month of Ramadan?
Okay, let's start by saying that it is easy to get overwhelmed when it comes to managing our time. We are all getting overwhelmed when we speak about time. Especially that in Ramadan we have a lot of things to do and little time to do this. So we can make the most of our time without sacrificing. How can we make the most of our time without sacrificing our other essential responsibilities? This is the main issue that we have to mention during, or to put in mind during Ramadan. A good rule of thumb is to manage our time towards our priorities. Because I have to mention that there is a big difference between time management and managing priorities. Priority management is to stop doing things that are unnecessary and to decide which tasks and activities that we have to spend our time on, and put in mind that these are the things that will take me to a better milestone or to a better place. One of the ways that we can manage our time or set our priorities is to have a daily planner. And definitely priority management needs to put things into your mind, like there are some certain questions. Before you make a plan to yourself, you can ask yourself, what is the most important to me to do right now? What are my short-term goals? What are my long-term goals? Once I put my priorities, I can make a plan for it and start working on it, especially in Ramadan. Why in Ramadan? Ramadan is a very organized timing by itself.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to ask you, because managing time maybe in Ramadan, on the contrary, as we all think, on the contrary, it's already organized.
Yeah,
That's
true.
There are a limited time for fasting. All the people eat in the same time, you know. So give us an idea about this. It's already organized. So how can we take benefit of this?
Okay, first of all, we can never gain anything or get benefit out of anything without planning in advance. Let's speak about planning for Ramadan. We need to be clear regarding the goals of Ramadan specifically. Let's say, as per the Quran, we know that fasting has been obligated on us to increase our taqwa, and that the Quran was revealed in Ramadan as a guidance for mankind. This means our overall objective of Ramadan should be an increase in guidance and taqwa. Every goal we formulate must work towards these two ends, guidance and taqwa. Guidance and taqwa. With this end goal being clear, we can go on to another step, which is we need to calculate how much ibadat time that we should have there, how much prayers, how much ibadat in general. Yes. Prayers, ibadat, dua, lots of things. Ideally, we all want to spend Ramadan performing acts of worship like 24/7. But this isn't realistic, and most of us have other obligations that we need to take care of as well. So to avoid, this can be avoided, to waste our time and not put our time in ibadah, it can be avoided by working out in advance how much we will have daily for ibadah, how much goals, what are the goals to do it. Number 3, after we set clear goals, our goals for this period of time has to be smart. What do I mean by smart? They have to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bounded. For example, I have to say, I want to complete studying this 800 pages book of tafsir, for example, this Ramadan. In order to complete these 800 pages in 29 days, I need to read an average of like maybe 30 or 29 pages a day. We can call this a specific, a smart goal. So we have to start Ramadan with good goals, smart goals, to allocate time to each goal. For example, I have to combine allocating specific time for my goals, besides my work, besides my preparing food, besides all my busy days.
Yes.
One of the things that I really recommend, nowadays, because of the social media, we are losing family connection. Ramadan is an excellent timing to regain our family connection. We can make something I can advise every family to have something like family halaqa. It's like a family studying circle. And we can call it family time. It can be 1 hour before iftar. It can be 1 hour after Isha prayers. Ramadan is the perfect time for the family to bond and grow together.
Yes.
Everybody is more spiritual, and this spirituality can be nurtured even and remain after Ramadan. We can read Quran together. We can listen to a religious lesson, whatever. But we can gather as a family to discuss life matters, and we can take this habit even after Ramadan.
Yes. So, Dr. Sebek, also the time after iftar, it flies quickly, and most of us are invited or in family gatherings, because this is the time where the family meets during the holy month of Ramadan, and the invitations with the family and the very close friends during the holy month of Ramadan, and especially on iftar. So when we are invited and have a family gathering, there's no time for reading too much in Quran. There's no time to handle our houses. There's no time, you know. So give us
I totally agree.
Yes, give us an idea about the time after iftar.
Okay, that's why when I say, okay, I'm going to speak about after iftar, but if I'm planning in advance, for example, as I said, I'm planning to read like 2 or 3 pages of Quran. Yes. Okay, today I know that I'm having a banquet, I'm having a family gathering. I can do it early in the morning, I can do it before iftar, I can do it in the midday. Yes. But the things that some women, especially women, fall on and they prevent them from doing this is they are multitasking. The women want to do many things at the same time. All recent studies have proven that multitasking actually slows down productivity. So if you as a lady try to do lots of things. You want to cook at the same time you are reading your Quran. At the same time you are talking to your family to ask them about anything about Ramadan. This causes sloppy work. And when we multitask, our brains are unable to keep any task. So what should we do during this time? While I'm sitting with my family or friends, I'm giving them all my attention. I'm enjoying the company. I'm laughing. I'm enjoying time. But I have time to go home. I have to put time for me to go home when I'm not really tired to do the rest of the tasks.
Yes.
Okay, socializing in Ramadan is perfect, but not too excessive socializing, neither in Ramadan banquets nor in social media. We have to benefit from Ramadan in gathering our family, in making bonds, in making links, but it has to be timed. I can have iftar and leave at 11, at 12. I don't have to leave before suhoor or after suhoor.
Yes, of course.
Okay? And one of the things that I would like to mention, especially in the family gathering, it's a piece of advice for every woman. Try to stay healthy, even when you are having lots of banquets. Because when you eat a lot and you feel heavy, you will go home lazy, weak, agitated. Maybe you cannot sleep well. So this will take time of the time that you are putting for other tasks. So one of the things to manage your time is to avoid unhealthy food or the food that will make you very heavy, so that you can sleep well and at the same time to accomplish all your tasks.
Yes, so Dr. Sebek, can we say that if we organize everything before Ramadan, the holy month of Ramadan starts, this would save time for the women? For example, if the woman prepares her food before and puts some stuff in the refrigerator or the freezer, I mean, and would clean very good cleaning for the house, because during the holy month of Ramadan, there's no time only for just light cleaning, you know. So how about arrangements before the month starts? Would this save time?
Egyptian women are extremely clever. You will find most of the ladies, most of our moms, they used to prepare before Ramadan, even if they don't have time. For example, I'm standing in the kitchen today. I'm spending like 2 hours in the kitchen. Why shouldn't I prepare for like meals for 2 or 3 days ahead? I'm in the kitchen already, so I can prepare not only day by day. I can prepare. It can be half cooked for 2 or 3 days.
Yes.
I can have the cleaning like once or twice a week with the help of my kids, with my children, and to make it like a gathering time or a family time as well. We can make our phone calls, like let's say I'm having 1 hour before breakfast, before iftar, to call all my friends. So women, especially Egyptian women, are extremely clever at managing their time if they set their priorities.
Yes. I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for joining us over the phone and for your advice and valuable information. Dr. Amira Sebek, strategic management and self-development expert. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break and we are going to be back with you.
أنا وإخواتي الباقيين نايمين على نفس سريرنا. أنا عمري ما كان موجود لي مكان في البيت ولا وسط العيلة، وبدل ما أشيل